This week on Comedy Hype, CJ and Sade discuss comedian Alex Thomas stopping by to speak on a number of things, including his feelings toward Aries Spears' comments about him. Alex would deliver a lengthy response on Spears' claims that he was a court jester for Eddie Murphy.
I was never an angry, upset comedian.
Right.
You know, Aries is super funny, right? Impressions amazing, but he's an angry guy.
Yeah.
He's an upset, bitter type guy.
Yeah.
I don't have that story. So, yeah, man, relationships was everything to me. You got to understand, man, growing up and Eddie Murphy is your idol, and now he invites you to every barbecue, to every house party. I'm a nigga from South Central LA. Everybody in my family, Crips, Bloods, gangbangers, killers. Like, nigga, not too many niggas made it out where I came from.
Following the interview, many people in our comments would begin a debate on what is considered networking versus brown nosing.
Well, let me just start by saying, not to say I told you so, but a couple of months ago here on this platform, when Aries Spears went at Kevin Hart about having writers, I said Aries Spears sound bitter and angry. You had something to say about it. Aries Spears, all his thousands of fans had stuff to say about it in the comments. Shut up, she don't know what she's talking about. Alex Thomas is saying the same thing a few months later. Aries Spears sounds bitter and angry. He's an angry guy, and I'm still standing by that. You know what? I can't fully disagree with you this go round, because the more we see Aries Spears, the more we see that he just comes across bitter. Mm-hmm. However, it's a part of me that kind of understands where he's coming from with this one a little bit. I don't all the way agree, but I understand just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Think of it like this, right? You and I have worked in corporate America, and you always have that one coworker, unless you're that person, you always have that one coworker that's always in the boss's office. Yes. That's always at the events, can't wait for an opportunity to just be up in somebody's face, and you just sit there and you're like,
let me get a promotion, boss. Let me get a promotion.
Right. You know?
Anything else coming up? You need me to do anything?
You need any extra hands?
I'm running up. You need anything back?
You know what I mean? You know, so I feel like that's
not Alex Thomas, though.
But what Aries Spears, he's annoyed by people like that. And that's kind of what he was insinuating, that Alex Thomas stays in these people's faces. Aries Spears took the journey. I'm going to just sit back and let my talent do the work, which is okay. If you're going to rely on your talent and you don't want to network, don't criticize someone else's journey.
Right.
You know, don't criticize Alex Thomas because he wanted to go and giggle and be a part of the shows. Because guess what came from that? He was featured on BET's Comic View, Russell Simmons' Def Jam, Comedy Central, the Arsenio Hall Show, the Jay Leno Show.
Wrote from the Will Smith, had multiple movie opportunities. I mean, he was able to take advantage of many opportunities that came from hanging out at Eddie Murphy's house. So it doesn't go into being like a court jester. You're not going there to kiss ass or, hey, I'm going to come here and make you laugh. You're going to network. That's what you're supposed to do.
To network. Listen. One of the fans had a comment, Shamar Jackson. He said he's been over 100 house parties at Eddie's house, but hasn't been on any film set or TV show with Eddie. I clearly see Aries' point. That is absurd. That is absurd to say, because I'm with Alex on that. You always got those people in the background that's like, well, hey man, why he can't put you on? Well, why he ain't put you in no movie? Alex Thomas made millions of dollars writing for Will Smith. He wrote in Men in Black. He was in hella movies. So what that he wasn't in a movie with Eddie Murphy? Who gives a damn? He still had a successful career. He still was able to take advantage of many opportunities from being at Eddie Murphy's house. And let's not say, who doesn't want to be that young and upcoming comedian or young and upcoming at whatever you do and network with someone who's where you're trying to be? The man sat there and said, I wore gloves when I was an up-and-coming comic, just leather gloves, just like Eddie Murphy did, because that's who I looked up to. That's who I wanted to be. So, hell yeah, I'm going to go and laugh and giggle. So what that Eddie didn't put him in a movie? You get what I'm saying? So he put him around people that put him in movies.
He put him around people that put him in movies.
And all kind of other things. I mean, in 2001, he was a part of one of the biggest hip-hop tours ever, the Up in Smoke tour with Ice Cube, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. You know, he was a stand-up comedian on that for...
He met Prince!
He met Prince. Michael Jackson. Aries Spears
you know what? Aries Spears wants to be that guy. That's what I'm hearing. If I'm not the guy who's having a fight party, if I'm not the guy that's putting you on, then I'm not going to be the guy that's getting put on. But what it seems to me is Aries Spears is a walking contradiction. Because you said on Comedy Hype's platform less than a year ago and said Hollywood was blackballing you. I want to be on the red carpets. Hollywood won't open the door for me. Yet you're criticizing someone for going to network and actually get on that Hollywood scene and actually get more opportunities. And if you listen to Alex Thomas Speaks, he wanted to evolve. He wanted to do more than black movies. He wanted to be known more than the nigga in the nigga movies. You can't make different moves by doing the same thing. So if you want to go and network and you want to go and laugh and giggle and you want to follow up, Alex Thomas dropped gems in this interview.
He did. He did.
So if you're networking and someone give you their number, he called the next day. He wasn't that guy that said, as you should. As any young and up and coming person in their career should. He wasn't too cool. So I went through some of the comments as well. And one person, Nay the Goddess, she said if he's going to these parties and getting work, then that's what he's supposed to do. I understand what Aries was trying to say, but he's possibly depleted some of his opportunities by thinking about being a court jester instead of networking. And I 1000% agree.
He's right. Because you have to think of it like this as well. I loved what Alex Thomas said in his interview as well. When he spoke about the fact that he's a likable guy. He has a big personality. People drew to him. And then they went and saw him on stage. But they were drawn to him as a person. Maybe Aries Spears just isn't a likable guy. Maybe he's bitter. Maybe he's negative. No one wants to hang with the bitter, negative guy. No one. If you're just that guy that's negative and carrying a black cloud around you, no one wants to hang with you. And maybe that's why he wasn't invited to the parties. We're not taking away from his talent.
No, he was invited. He said he got the calls. He turned it down. It's not that he wasn't invited. He was invited. And the thing is that I think about is if you look on Aries' Instagram, just a few weeks back, he reached out to Instagram and all of his followers because he's on a health kick. He wants to get healthier. He asked if anyone knew any trainers, anyone knew any tips to help him. I guarantee he probably would have met a trainer at a fight party.
Maybe. Could have networked with them.
You probably would have met at least 5 trainers at a fight party.
Maybe.
But you didn't want to go and laugh and giggle.
Again, I just think that Aries Spears isn't a likable guy. I mean, you have Alex Thomas who's had an amazing career. He has his own a pediatric cancer foundation. He has so many different friends across the industry. Just a positive guy all around. His whole demeanor in his interview was all positivity. Nothing about him seemed bitter at all. He doesn't have a reason to be. Neither does Aries Spears.
Neither does Aries. You're talking about a guy that's been in the industry since he was 14 years old. Been on stage since he was 17 years old. Aries has made a lot of money, and he's still booked. He's not washed now. He's still booked. He's traveling worldwide, still doing comedy, and he's making a shit ton of money. So that's what the problem is. What is wrong with you?
What is your problem?
What is my issue? Because you're still on.
That's a great question.
So let's ask the people. Let us know in the comments below. Does Aries Spears have the right to criticize Alex Thomas for networking? Or was he being a court jester? Until next week, it's CJ and Sade with Comedy Hype News.